Aphasia is, I like to think of it as a spectrum. There are different types and severities of aphasia depending upon where in the brain the damage is caused by either the stroke or the disease or the injury. The most prevalent or commonly known types of aphasia are non-fluent and fluent. And the basic symptoms of the two are as follows. A non-fluent aphasia, typically, and there are always exceptions, is when a person, and I'm going to sort of imitate it, struggles to find the right word. They know what they want to say, but the available words in the brain are not accessible to them because the pathways from knowing it and saying it have been damaged by the stroke. But at the same time, these folks with this non-fluent type of aphasia typically have very good input comprehension, because that's a different part of the brain that is typically not damaged when you have a non-fluent type of aphasia in a certain part of the brain. Now, as I said, there are always exceptions to it depending upon where the damage is and how the brain is assigned roles when we grow up and develop. Fluent aphasia is more like what the word fluent means. The words flow out. The person can speak. There's no struggle or effort to get the words out. But often what they are saying doesn't have a lot of information. For example, they might say, well, you know, I was doing the thing the other day, and because of the thing, that's why it didn't happen. And you're like, what? They think they're saying, well, I was walking the dog and I ran into my friend and we talked for a half hour. But what comes out is nothing clear. And also, frequently, the person with that fluent type of aphasia has poor comprehension. So if you say, how are you today, Joe? What? Where did I go? No, how are you? I don't know. And if a person doesn't realize that that person has this type of aphasia, they're going to draw the conclusion that he's intellectually broken. There are other types of aphasia which have varying symptoms, but those are the two major types. There's also apraxia. Apraxia is sort of separate from the language part, which is the aphasia. Apraxia is a muscle movement problem where we have all these millions, maybe not millions, but lots and lots of muscles in our tongue, in our lips, in our gums, in our jaw. And every time we talk, there are thousands of little movements, even just to say kitty tongue, all of these things have to happen. And when there is apraxia due to the damage to that part of the brain that controls the coordination of muscle movements, these sequences are disrupted. The person, if they want to say telephone, you know, this thing, and they'll resort to gestures, which is a good thing to do. Apraxia often accompanies aphasia, and that has its own set of symptoms. Anomia is a certain type of aphasia. Anomia means without naming. So there are many different types of aphasic syndromes, and it's important for the person with the condition, as well as the family, as well as the speech pathologist, to figure out exactly what profile the person has, because that way they can provide the best type of treatment.